welcome to my channel and to another Weigh In. And we're going to sit back here and talk until Sebastian realizes that I'm gone and I'm back here talking. I just got him. RJ said he did not want to get out of bed, said he had to threaten him. He didn't want to change his clothes or nothing. Said he had to threaten him for telling Momo he won't put clothes on. No, don't tell Momo. You'd think I beat him, but RJ he threatens him with telling Momo, and ooh, he don't like that. I don't know why he'll listen to me on things he will not listen to RJ on. I don't know. Anyway, he's up there watching his shows. He's watching today Kids Play with Toys. He loves, you know, like I told you before, how we like to watch unboxings and hauls and things. Kids do too. He watches kids and adults, it don't matter, play with toys, open toys. He loves it. It just enthralls him. So anyway, he's up there doing that. And I thought, well, I'll come on back here and do my weigh-in. I'm surprised. I'm going to tell you. I weighed in at 327.6 for a loss of 2.1. And that puts me at 49.5. And I don't want to make over that I'm 0.5 away from 50, because the same thing will happen next week as it did last week when I was 0.1 away. Anyway, I don't know how that happened, because I was not perfect this week. Well, let me show you. First of all, kind of in the light. Can you see my pretty little owl? That come from the JPP herself. Joan sent me that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. I saved it so I could show it to you today. Yes, I did. Anyway, you know what David's going through with his mom, and he is just stressed to the gills. It is being an act of Congress to get help. Anything. It's been rough on him. And he's doing a lot. And he works 60 plus hours a week, and everything he does is wearing him down. And so he's been eating his feelings, and I've been right along with him. I've been eating my feelings too. But it's not a, okay, I jumped off the track. I went off the rails. I eat everything in sight every single day. It was just kind of a sporadic kind of, well, I think I want so-and-so. Okay, then let's get it, you know. And I told you this low carb has taken away my sugar cravings, which it has. But I also told you, if it's in here in front of me, it's too tempting. Well, I got into Sebastian's cookies. They're gone. But I guess I still did good enough the rest of the week to lose some weight. So I ain't gonna argue with it. I'll take it. God, I drank worse than Sebastian. Listen, he was eating my sausage yesterday. First of all, he wanted Scooby snacks for breakfast. I said, no, you can't have Scooby snacks for breakfast. You need breakfast food. Well, I want macaroni and cheese. I said, well, no, you can have macaroni and cheese for lunch. I said, you want waffles, pancakes, eggs, grits? He said, I want eggs. I said, okay, you can have eggs. Well, I just assumed he wouldn't eat sausage, because we bought that pack of sausage and David fried it all up, and there's one patty for each of us for 4 days. So I made me some eggs when I made his, and my one, patty of sausage. And we were sitting there, and when he came over to the table, I seen him. He looked over, and I seen him. He was looking at that sausage, so he sat down. I said, "You like?" I took a bite of it already. I said, "You like sausage?" He goes, "Yeah." So I pulled a piece off, and he held his little mouth open like a little bird. He ate that sausage. He says, "Sausage is good." So guess who had the rest of that sausage? Little man did. Ain't that what we do? It don't matter if we want it. They get it. My mama, I didn't know this until I was an adult. When there was like anything left, say a pork chop, she would just say she wasn't hungry. I'm just not hungry. That's so I could have it. Because my brother, he didn't eat much. He was a sickly child. Of course, I've always eaten a lot. I used to threaten her if she ever told anybody I ate 6 sloppy joes one time. I guess I was probably 13 or something. I didn't have no weight problem. I didn't have a weight problem until I got pregnant with RJ. I was just regular. I was just normal. So I've just always had a hearty appetite. But I think I could still eat 6 sloppy joes. We made those. Hold on just a minute. Okay, I'm trying to get that thing out the back of my throat. We had those sloppy joes, spaghetti squash bowls last night. That was the hardest spaghetti squash I have ever tried to cut or cook in my life. And I've not been doing it that long. But still, I almost did not get the knife through it. I mean, I beat and beat and beat and beat on that knife to get it to slice through that squash. And I had to end up baking it. Normally I can get it done in 30, 35 minutes. I let that one go for 45 minutes. It was still a little bit not tender. So then I popped it in the microwave for another 10 minutes. So, turned out good though. Once I got the sloppy joe stuff on it and the cheese and everything, it turned out really good. But I don't know what else to talk about this morning. You'd think having Sebastian, I'd have some stories to tell, but he's been kind of calm. He's been a whole lot more calm than he was the last time he was here. Of course, he don't go to sleep for RJ. He fell asleep here yesterday for 3 hours. I probably shouldn't have let him, but he was sleepy ever since I got him yesterday morning. He was sleepy. He fell asleep in the car on the way from RJ's house to here, 10, 15 minutes. Then I said, can you sit here in the car and let me run and change? Because I didn't have my going out in public pants on, which I don't know why I didn't put them on so we could go and go to the grocery store. And he said, yeah. So I run in here and changed my pants. He had done fell asleep. When I opened the car door, it startled him up. But then as soon as I got out of the driveway, he fell right back asleep. So I took the long way to Harris Teeter to give him time to sleep before we got there. And then, of course, in the store in the buggy, even though he was getting stuff he wanted, he was ready to go. He was riding his car, but he was ready to go. Every now and then, he would just be sitting there, and I'd start making the car noise, and he'd start making the car noise, so that'd keep him occupied and entertained. But I don't know if any of y'all, if y'all have the lottery, those big machines that sell lottery tickets, just like vending machines. Y'all remember cigarette machines? Yeah. Anyway, there is, and I do not know how he spotted it. He spotted it last week, and it took me a little bit to realize he said he wanted to play that car game. And I looked at her, I said, that's not a car game, that's a machine that sells cards. I didn't explain the lottery to him. And he noticed it again when we went by today, and it's a big machine. I don't know how many different cards they sell in it. One of them, it looks like it's a Corvette. Because they have pictures of the cards, or the actual cards or whatever, is a red card with a Corvette on it. He goes, see, there's that card. I'm like, yeah, they just sell cards out of that. So I'm going to tell you what, he's very, he's quick. He's quick. But talking about them cigarette machines, y'all remember cigarette machines? Put your money in there and you had to pull that little knob out and then make that noise, and then down through the slot them cigarettes will fall. I remember those. I didn't smoke back in the day, but I did get cigarettes from my mama. That's when you could do that without getting in trouble. And then they turned it in. You had to be, however old before you could even buy cigarettes. So then I couldn't buy them for her, But I didn't start smoking until I was a freshman in college. And I just did it when I started staying up all night studying. That is when I picked up cigarettes. So I'd have something to do while I'm studying. So I think that is why I still think about them to this day when I'm doing something, because that's kind of how I cut my teeth on them, is to occupy myself. And so I guess that's why I still think about doing it after I eat, when I'm crafting or even when I'm cooking or anything. I had this it was when RJ was little, I had this little mini, probably about that big, cast iron frying pan ashtray. And I kept it, I lived in a trailer, and you know how some trailers, well, you may not, but this one was like in the corner. The kitchen sink was in the corner, and then there was the kitchen window, and then there was a bar raised up about, yay high, that went around, and then back around the side, and then the cabinets and everything was in there. I kept it sitting on that bar there, and even if I was washing dishes, There was a cigarette in that ashtray. I'm going to tell you what, I was eat up with it. It's hard to do something so much and so long without it just staying a part of you. I guess that's part of eating that stage when it come, now I put two and two together while we're talking. I guess that's why it's so hard for some of us to quit eating, because that's been a part of our life for as long as we can remember. 6 sloppy joes, that kind of eating, whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and the good stuff, the good old country cooking, fatback. Fatback was something cheap back then. You can't hardly afford fatback today. Fatback a lot of times was our meat. That was our main dish, was fatback. So that's how I grew up, eating whatever we had, how much ever we had, and it lasted all the way through my adulthood because I carried my childhood into my adulthood. So it's hard, if you think about it, it's hard to take something that's like built in us, ingrained in us as our food habits, to just all of a sudden change them, cut them out, do away with them, eat less, eat different. It's hard. My card I changed back there this morning, that made me think, is 3 P's: be positive, persistent, and patient. As far as the positive goes, I can be positive that I ain't patient. I can say I'm persistent. I am persistent because I've been trying at this for well over 3 years, and I am persistent. Even when I fall off track, I get right back on, and I try and I try and I try. Even when I fail, I'm trying. I'm trying not to fail. Now, as far as positive, I'm not really positive. Y'all know I'm kind of a negative Nelly. I believe that if you don't get yourself excited about something, when it don't happen, you don't have as much way to fall back down. And I know that's a terrible way to live, but it's just, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This is kind of that mentality that if I don't get excited about something, or if I don't think the best is going to happen, then if it don't, then I ain't out nothing. Like jinxes. I believe in jinxes. Like I talked about this stupid weight, this stupid weight being a half a pound away. I don't want to talk about it and jinx it for next week, because I don't know what this week is going to bring. I don't know. With the baby coming, if y'all didn't see my menu plan, I know some of y'all only watch my weigh-ins. That's fine. That's fine by me. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just saying some of you probably didn't see my menu plan and grocery haul. Holly is due Sunday. I think I might have said Saturday. Did I say Saturday? Anyway, she's due Sunday. And she could go today or she could go next week. They did say that she was 1 centimeter last Friday, and this Friday, if she's still progressing, they're going to leave her alone. But if she's not progressing, then they're going to induce. And I was telling you, I don't want them to do that. I want her to experience as natural of a childbirth as she can. Well, with drugs, of course. I'm not going that far. Listen, that happened to me on both of mine. Both of mine were natural. The first one was by choice. I was like, no, I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with me. I was like, no, it was my first baby, and I was just like, no, I don't want them drugs affecting my baby. Oh no, please don't give me no drugs, no drugs, no drugs. And they didn't. And I'm gonna tell you what, that child about killed me. That was one of the most painful things I've ever felt in my life. But like I was telling Holly, because she's worried and she's nervous, I said, yes, it's gonna hurt, unless you get your epidural. I said, but you don't really, like RJ, I'm telling you, I thought he was going to kill me, but I remember the feeling that that's how it was, but I don't remember the feeling, how it felt. I can't, in my mind, I can't reproduce that pain. There's my phone ringing. I don't know, can y'all hear that all the way in there? Let me look. Ain't nobody I want to talk to. But I can't reproduce the actual feeling. So while I was going through it, it was the worst thing ever. And I do remember it as being that, but don't remember, like, so I told her, even if you do go through something bad now, as far as pain goes, you won't remember it. You just remember having that baby. And then when I had Holly, I learned from that one. Well, he was going to be the only one. I had it so bad. I said, oh, nope, there won't be no more children. Boy, here comes the second husband or boyfriend. However you want to look at it. And here comes little Holly. Well, I'm like, I told them epidural. That was like one of the first words, epidural. Well, he came in, he gave me an epidural, but it did not take. I think when I leaned over that pillow and he counted down, I think he counted down wrong, because I kept telling them to give me more, and they were like, we can't give you any more. That's as much as we can give you. I'm like, I can feel everything, every single thing. So natural childbirth, if you can't feel it, there you go, natural childbirth. She hurt, but she was a quicker labor. She hurt just as bad, but her labor was quicker. So I just hope that she doesn't have to, because they put me in induced with her. I went into labor with him, and I was induced with her, which I lay there for 2 days. They tried to induce me, and it wouldn't happen. She came when she was supposed to come. Anyway, I hope she gets to experience the part of going into labor, feeling the contractions, getting excited, going to the hospital. This is the time. It's coming, She said... She said the other day, he asked her, she was laying in the bed, did I tell you they got married? They got married. So, her and Nathan got married. She was laying in the bed, and she was like rolled over, and said he come in the room and said it was dark in there, and he says, what's wrong? Are you okay? What's wrong? She's like, no, I'm fine. She says, I am literally rehearsing my order for papaya salad and chicken wings at the Wasabi Cafe. There is something in papaya that a pregnant woman can't have, and they make it with the green papaya, and she gets it. She gets it extra spicy and hot. I don't know what they put in it, but I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. And she has been craving that because that's one of her go-tos. And she says she was literally rehearsing that menu, saying it in her mind. And she's waiting to get Slim Jims. There's Slim Jims. You can't have Slim Jims when you're pregnant. I don't know why. I don't know if she told me or she didn't tell me. She said Slim Jims is in her hospital bag, though, because she's like me. She loves those things. So, anyway, well, I think that's all I know today. I don't even know how we... we was talking about positive, persistent, and patient. That's in our weight loss journey. I need to learn to be positive. We need to be positive, and not negative about our food choices, because I get down and just not depressed about my food choices. Sometimes I begrudge what I have to eat. I ain't gonna lie. I begrudge the fact that I'm not eating sugar, even though the cravings are... Hey, hold on a minute. Okay, he wanted to watch a different show. Hey, look how long we lasted before he come back here. But I do sometimes, I begrudge the fact that I can't eat like I used to eat. I've told y'all that. Listen, it's like beating a dead horse to tell y'all the same thing over and over and over. I begrudge the fact that I can't eat the way I grew up and the way that I learned to cook. Anyway, and then what's the next one? Persistent. We have to be persistent. We have to just keep trying, even when we don't think we can. We have to keep trying. We have to keep pushing. We have to keep pushing. And then patience. We have to have patience with ourselves. I don't have patience with anything. I'm not a patient person. I don't know if that comes through in my personality on this channel. But I'm not patient. I want something and I want it yesterday. I want something to happen and I want it to happen now. So anyway, those are things we need to work on with our weight loss journey. So I'm going to wrap it up and go in there and change that boy's show. Go see. He might want to watch Haunted House Monster Trucks. You ought to look it up. It is so funny. But it's like a little scary cartoon for kids. He eats it up. Always has for years. He ain't before. As long as he's been able to sit down and watch shows. He likes Haunted House Monster Truck. they sing a song about scary flying sharks, scary flying sharks. It's funny. Oh my gosh, they got a clown on there that comes out. Oh, it's something. Anyway, that's probably what he's going to want to go to. It's on YouTube. The stuff he watches on Netflix and some of the stuff he watches on YouTube. So anyway, let me go in there and change that for him, and I'll just see when I see you.